Hello, 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 Black Bean Samson here today. How's everyone? It's almost 7 p.m. It's January 9th, 2019. Happy belated New Year's. Hope everyone had a good New Year's. So, we're going to talk about some Ruth Bader Ginsburg and how lately she's been in the news, or somewhat in the news. They don't want to upset the liberals too much. Don't want to freak the liberals out too much because she probably only has like maybe a year or two left, if I was to guess. I'm pretty much guessing, so I could be totally wrong. But she just underwent surgery to remove cancer from the lungs. Now the survival rate from that, like even if you have cancer removed from the lungs, is very short. Like it just will come back again. It's one of those things, like if you just don't have your lungs completely removed and replaced, it's just a good chance that you're gonna keep on getting cancer. And then the second thing is, how do we know that that's the original place where the cancer metastasized at? So all we know is that that this cancer could have metastasized from somewhere else in the body. Now, if we step back even further before this cancer removal, she broke several of her ribs during a fall. Now, I'm not sure if these are related, like if the lung cancer got to her and then she fainted or something like that, and then that's how they found the lung cancer. But I would assume that this lung cancer is most likely metastasizing from somewhere else, and that they appeared or at least it seems from this side, that they appeared relatively quick after the ribs. Now, maybe they discovered them during the X-rays of ribs and stuff, and then they were going to go after that after the ribs were healed to a certain point. That's the only thing I can personally think of why or how this timeline is, kind of. But the fact is that why I claim that she's going to be out in probably about a year or two, instead of her 5 years that she claims, is that she's missed already one oral argument. And I know that's probably not a big deal out of like almost 30 years of doing what she's doing, like 25 plus years of what she's doing. She's never missed an oral argument, and she's missed like less than a handful of actually court hearings. That's quite of achievement to do for anyone, in my humble belief. There's not many people I can even think of that went to work and only missed 5 days of work essentially. That's over a 25-year period. That's impressive. Unless I'm misunderstanding the information there, that's pretty impressive. But the liberals and they're like hoping that at least the liberals are really hoping that she'll be around for another 5 years, because that's what she's claiming. She's claiming she'll be around for another 5 years. That's just not going to happen. Like, if you look into the success in lung cancer on what people are doing after, it's usually they're in a casket. That's what they're doing. They're sitting in silence for eternity. Like it's one of those situations where you could pretty much bet $100 and you're going to double your money. Like she's going to expire here sooner than later, and some talks need to be brought up about, and I'm sure it's already happening on Trump's side, about who's going to be next. And what's really interesting too, excuse me, that Ruth, they talk about her so much. The media, this ancient media that we have, they talk about her so much, and they never talk about any of the other potential Supreme Court nomination people, or people that could be nominated as women. There's a lot of actual women who are within the Supreme Court justice. It's just perhaps that they're not as far as left as Ruth is, which is possibly why they're not talking about them. Which is really one of those things, again, you gotta, what are you guys doing to yourselves? You guys sit here and talk about how strong and independent women should be and how people should stand up for women, and yet here you guys are not doing that at all. Ruth has already got to where she's needed to get. She doesn't need any more cheerleaders, essentially. Those cheerleaders should be cheerleading the people who aren't in those positions, so they can be recognized by the people who nominate those people into those positions. So here we have a Supreme Court Justice judge who essentially came pick her head up, and as you can see through these photos, it's starting to like come to an end. Like, you could see even her happiness. Like, she knows that she was lively back then, and something changed. And then something really changed. So you can see the lowering of the head, like there's something going on. She's getting weak. She's getting really weak. And then finally, this was like in the last year or two or something like that, and she can't even hold her head up no more. It begs the question, how did she even walk and fall? It always makes me wonder if she just got up out of a chair and then fell right there. It's just like, how does... And then you're wearing gloves in probably a decently warm place, which means you got extremely poor circulation. Like, how does anybody expect this person to survive another 5 years? It's just, you're going to have to be on robotics or something. You're going to have to be hooked up to robots and just some crazy-ass technology. And at that point, you're just better off being called Cyborg Ginsburg or something like that. So yeah, expect some liberal meltdown here in the next year or two when this Supreme Court justice is expired and need to be replaced. Oh, it's going to be a meltdown. And I bet Trump's already anticipating it. He probably already has like a date. He's like, right here is right about right. If you like this podcast, please like and subscribe. If you didn't like this podcast, please still like and subscribe and share. Please leave a comment down below for advice, comments, just say hi, whatever. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.